Bringing in my guest, Chris Gallo. How's it going, Chris?
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Gallo. I especially don't like how the Sixers have been hurt by injuries so much this year, and rebounding has been a problem this year, especially because Drummond's been hurt and Embiid's been hurt. And I think overall the season's been an overall failure because of injuries, but it's also kind of an ending of a super team era in the NBA as, the super team for the Sixers hasn't really gone too well. And you've seen with the Nets and other past super teams, it hasn't really gone too well. So I think the Sixers need to get more bench players and more bench depth and try to build around what they have with the limited money that they have because they've given a lot of money to Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George, and they don't really have much extra money to give.
Yeah, especially because Paul George is really starting to get up there. We shouldn't have really traded for him because he's starting to get pretty old, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you have given him $50 million for 3 years, so you can't really trade him either because of all the money you've given him.
No, a buyout would be a lot for that because Paul George, I mean, he was a good player way back when he played for the Clippers years ago, but now he's no more than like a bench player. He's like 30 something years old, up in his other 30s. He's just not that good.
And that's why you give money to that kind of guy. But when he wants that much money, it's a huge risk because if it goes wrong, you're in the Sixer situation where you suck and then you can't really do anything because you spent all the money on that one player.
Yeah, who do you think we should give more money to right now?
I think Yabusele is an option, but he may not resign because the Sixers are not that good and they don't really have that much money to give him. And the Sixers found a gem in Yabusele, but they only signed him to a 1 year contract. So he becomes a free agent this summer and he could go anywhere. So the Sixers really have no control where he goes.
Yeah, I do you think we should like resign and keep Gershon Yazbuli?
If if we can, but the problem is we don't know if we can with the money because we're giving Paul George 50 million, Maxey 30 million, Beat 30 million. You don't really have extra money to pass around, and you still have to build in more teams, or you still have to build around like a whole team. Like you've seen this year where we've had bench players and G League players come up to the NBA because we just don't have enough players to build a roster because we spent all our money on three players.
Do you think Jared McCain's gonna go off next year after he's like not on injury leave anymore?
Well, he's probably going to start off slow because it's obviously a serious injury that he suffered. But when he comes back and he's fully healthy, I think he can be a solid 15 to 20 point per game scorer every game, and he can give you solid minutes every night, which is good. The Sixers need that.
Yeah, I think that the Sixers are like building around McCain and Maxey because they are probably one of the two best players on the 76ers right now. What do you think of that?
I would agree with you, and I think they have to maybe blow it up a little bit and build around the young core that they have. Maybe trade some assets to get some draft picks and try to build around this young core. I think this experiment that they've tried here isn't really working out for them.
All right, what do you think about the what do you think about the head coach Nick Nurse?
I think Nick Nurse is a solid coach. I think he can't really control injuries. Obviously, you can't do that. But I think he's an overall good coach. He's proven he can win in the past, and I don't think his position should be at risk at all. I think he should stay the coach until he does something where the team continues to be bad.
All right, thank you for hopping on for me today. I
Thank you,
appreciate it. Have a
Jackson.
good day, Chris.
You as well.